door to darkness?
The best line in all of Kingdom Hearts! That's the single greatest line in the entire series. There's nothing that gets better than that. There's what?
All right, here we go.
It's on Steam that I can
Here we go.
check.
Here we go.
All right, pause buffering time, baby.
Pause buffering doesn't work. Now we know. So here's the flaw with pause buffering. So
there's a delay before you get to do any inputs.
Yeah.
When you want pause. Yeah, but
Rosalina wins the next minigame. She can buy this star.
Sure.
Her turn is before Daisy. So here's what's gonna happen. I'll throw this. I will steal a star from Daisy. We let Rosalina win the minigame. She gets this star. Daisy wins the gold pipe. What do you guys think?
You need to be able to get to a boo within 2 turns. I don't think you can do that. Is there really?
There's a boo right here. Isn't there a boo like right below me?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then don't forget what I said. I guess you can go with
this plan.
Yeah, sure.
I'm in last place. I'm not winning.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Let's do it. What? You don't want a star? Are you sure?
This is why it asks. Like, really sure. What was that? What the fuck was that? We blocked twice. I just forgot what left and right was just for a second.
And
a giant skeleton! Never mind, I agree. This game's good.
clip it.
This game's good
I need to
only
make sure
for as
Seren
long
sees you say that.
only for as long as the giant skeleton is here. We are now back to the game being bad. I'll miss you, giant skeleton. I'm choking. I'm choking. I'm choking. I'm choking. I'm choking. I'm choking. Fuck! 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 Thank you, DVD Smith, for the raid. Fuck! 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 I've lost count at how many tries that has been for this. We were so fucking close that time!
We're ready whenever you are.
We were so close! Honestly, I possibly could have done it if I hadn't whiffed that, that 5 and put in the wrong fucking input. I panicked.
Good. Another gummy chest.
I wonder if this one will be a Kiraga gummy. Nope, Thundara again.
It's the same gummy.
The exact same gummy. Oh my god, Kingdom Hearts 1 is so bad. It's such a bad game. Where was that? Okay, there it is.
Was this supposed to be a puzzle? But no, that was supposed to be a puzzle about how to get over it. But then I just skipped it all, isn't it?
But you skipped it with abilities the game gave you.
Yeah, I just skipped it. It was a puzzle and I skipped it. Okay, well. I was hoping that would work. I was really hoping that would work.
Holy shit.
I really wanted.
No.
Fuck! Just barely missed it. Oh!
What?
Oh! At the buzzer! Yeah!
You know, Pat, I'm gonna save you the trouble of going through this UI. I'm going to reject your deal.
Well, now he's adding more money on.
Because what if?
There, 400. 400 for a $300 property.
No.
No?
Why did
No.
why did you say that as if it was like a value add? Hey, I know this property's only worth $300, but have I got a deal for you? What if
No,
you
I
gave
want
me
her green.
400?
I want her green. Oh, it.
I wish you luck.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what I own.
It decided you were taking too long.
It did. It told
Free
me
parking, okay.
Can happen to you.
if I'm bypassed again 2 more times, I will be bankrupt and quit.
What?
Because I apparently wasn't fast enough.
Holy shit! That's fucking stupid!
With Origami King, but I do think that Color Splash just
I do
Flavio!
think I do think that Color Splash, like, it's funny because
Flavio!
with Color Splash, a game that I revisited during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Thanks to you,
my-
Seren.
at my demand.
Yeah, because as my kid was getting into watching Wii U games, playing them on my lap while I was working because we tried to survive in the spring of.
We've seen that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seren says we've seen all of them. But you're right about his face. It's so weird. Yeah.
He's got like very voluptuous lips.
I don't mind that as much
It's a
as
very.
the eyes.
This is a very kissable DK.
Did they say
I mean, he's
why?
always been pretty kissable.
We're at a.
And okay, I think everything is working.
Oh, wow.
I went to the wrong layout.
When will my Joe come home from war?
Now we're on the right layout. Okay.
Cool. Nice job, idiot.
Okay. Yes. All right, Seren, can you hear us and everything? Okay, stream can't hear you. That's interesting. I think they should hear you now.
Great. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, audio from the Discord stream is not coming over the television, but we can. Do you have the stream open on your desktop?
I do not.
Do you if you want to hear the audio from the stream, you can go put that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as I won't hear things a third time.
You shouldn't.
Okay. Okay. I hear audio now.
Okay, cool. Seren, what's this video on the screen right now?
That's a game you worked on?
I'm playing up for content for the audience to yeah, it's the new Draknek video game.
Yes. Spooky Express. Which is... What are we saying? Wishlist now on Steam? Are we saying... Surely Steam says. Yes. Planned release date 2025. That is your information.
Cool.
It is coming in 2025. It is easier than Cosmic Express, I promise. And also, it is better in every way.
Hell yeah.
Love playing this game. It's very cute, very funny. It's not actually that scary. Don't worry.
It's just like the spooky vibe.
Yes, it's got zombies and vampires and maybe not skeletons. That's not announced.
Alright.
More relevantly because that's illegal in some countries. So.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. Skeletons and ghosts are illegal in China. Anyways. I love to be Sony and set up an entire film division dedicated to Ghostbusters as a major franchise, and then make a Ghostbusters movie, and then remember I can't release this in China, and then shut down the studio.
Oh no.
What?
Sony got to the part where the movie was made before remembering that it's illegal to release that movie in China.
That's
That's the all women Ghostbusters movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
speaking of scary things.
Yes. Okay. So, DB asked to re-rank a bunch of these games because DB is sober now.
Yeah.
Which is a significant difference from the last time. So, my question, or my idea, is that we'll go through these lightning round style. Hopefully you still have most of your memory about what the games are, and you can just rattle off the corrected scores, and then we can move on to games you haven't seen. How's that sound?
That works out, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, Mel, you were sober last time, and you've already ranked these games twice, so I'm not going to let you rank them a third time. This is just for DB.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is going to want DB's full attention as we get through the roughly...
Okay, so what was the scale again?
Games?
So, 10 is, the best shit ever, 1 is... Yeah. Alright, 10 would be, my favorite Nintendo game, right?
Yeah, 10... This is a scale of 1 to 10 based around... every game that you'll be ranking is every game that Nintendo of America has ever published. A 10 is basically you just need to define it right at the start and be consistent about whether a 10 is the best thing Nintendo's ever put out, or a 10 is the best thing in the industry at the time of release, or however you want to frame it.
Yeah, consistency is what matters.
So,
and as we all know, Drunk Me is not consistent.
Not at all.
Not quite, no.
No, not even close. Not even not quite, just not at all.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. We're gonna lightning through these first about 60 games. So this is Sheriff for the Arcade. Score out of 10.
4.
Okay. Last time you gave it a 6. I'll tell you after for all of these.
Okay.
Space Firebird.
Yep, that's Galaga.
Score out of 10.
I would give Plagiarism a 3.
Okay, you gave it a 7 last time.
What? Oh, I was gone. Okay.
Melanie gave it a 6. Previously, the first time, Melanie gave it an 8. Here's Space Launcher.
3.
All right, last time you gave it a 5.
What the fuck, Drunk Me?
Here's Radar Scope, a game that that underperformed so bad that Donkey Kong got made. This time it's at an angle.
Holy shit, how innovative. So innovative that I have to take away a point, too.
Okay, last time you gave it a 3. This is Hellfire.
Four, I guess?
Okay, this is the first time we've increased a score. Last time we gave it a 3. All right, Donkey Kong.
8.
All right, last time we gave it a 9. This next one stun-locked you for 5 minutes while drunk you tried to get a handle on what the fuck was happening. This is Sky Skipper.
I don't think sober me can handle this. So I remember Drunk Me gave this a 4. Realistically, I would give this a 2.
Okay. Melanie gave it a 2 the first time and a 1 the second time.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Space Demon.
Is this just Galaga again?
No. It's
Are you
Space
sure about
Demon.
that? Oh,
It's
well,
Space
it's
Demon.
not. Actually not. Like a 4?
Okay. We are doubling your score from last time. Donkey Kong Jr.
I guess another 4.
We are almost cutting your score in half.
See,
You gave it a 7 last time.
Based on your
Melanie
body
gave it an
language, based on your body language, I'm getting the idea that you were starting to understand how this breaks our spirits so much.
Yes.
DK Jr., by the way, now goes 78948. It had gone 78978, and now DB's down to a 4.
Actually, can I change my score?
Sure, you could peer pressure yourself.
I can peer pressure myself. Yes. Okay, a 5.
Okay. Sure thing.
A 4 is a little harsh, I think. Yeah.
A 5 is an average ass middle of the road game.
Yeah.
Here's Popeye. You knew all of their names.
Yeah, I sure did.
Still do. At least I do.
Diegetically, what is happening here? What is the gameplay?
Popeye is beating the shit out of Blutus. Because that makes olive oil horny for him. Popeye catch. Alright, what score are we giving this?
I guess a 5?
Okay, your score is unchanged.
Okay.
Consistency.
This is what Drunk Me is known for. 7.
Okay, you gave it a 9. So did you, Melanie. The first time you gave it a 5...
I think a 9 is actually the right call. Yeah. Yes. We'll put a 9. Yeah. I think Drunk Me was right about that one, actually.
Okay, how do you feel about shooting air at a monkey's taint?
Four.
Okay, you gave it a 5 last time.
I hate it more every time I see it.
Then
yes,
how
the
come
game
your
that
score
will
goes up every
allegedly
time you see
outlive
it?
me.
Yeah, Melody, how come you give it a higher score every time you see it then?
You know, sometimes you say things that are meant to be funny, and then they're not.
Okay. Come on. Yeah, that's fair. Ball.
4.
Alright, last time you gave it a 6. Fire.
Three.
Same score as last time. This
Okay.
is going to be really fun because last time when you were drunk, you had a crisis. You and Mel both had a crisis when you finally internalized that they only made 3 Game & Watch games and just kept swapping out the graphics indefinitely.
This is just Simon Says.
Yes, this one is just Simon Says.
2.
All right, that's what
I
you
can
gave
play
it
this
last
game
time.
for free.
Not at the time.
Even then.
Even then.
You would need a friend, yeah. Alright, this is the same gameplay as Fire. Vermin.
But now you press a button.
That is true. That is very innovative gameplay.
No, you only go left and right.
Oh, really?
Wait.
Yes, this is the exact conversation we had.
That does sound like the exact conversation we would have.
I guess I gotta be consistent. 3.
Alright, last time we gave it a 2 for having the exact same gameplay, and Melanie gave it a 1 for being disgusted. Do you like pressing the button on the side that's higher?
I love math.
In fairness, that's a new gameplay concept.
See, I can't increase my... I can't do halves. I guess 3. I would give it a 3.5 otherwise. Oh, hi, Vicky.
Sorry, I was responding to Joe being who is mostly trying to quote Melanie's words against her, and I'm trying to have Joe ignore Melanie's words. So, what score did you say, DB?
3. No, wait, did I say 3?
Because you gave it a 1 last time.
No, I think Drunk Me was right.
Okay. Manhole.
It's Fire
Hey,
again.
You like balancing 3 to 4 different places that you need to be?
Wow, such innovative gameplay. For consistency's sake, 3.
Okay, you gave it a 2 last time.
Okay, what do you mean 1980 to 9091 YouTube playlist?
Yeah, the Game & Watch was a thing for a while. Do you know how many fucking Game & Watches they made? More than you think.
Spoilers. Spoilers. Helmet.
Yeah. I mean, isn't this the one you was like summarized as like God has unleashed a plague?
Yes. But that's my joke, and that shouldn't influence your score. Because that's not the game.
It is in fact not the game. That is true. 3.
Okay, last time you gave it a 4.
I will give the joke a 9 though.
Thank you.
Yeah, the joke deserves a 9.
Hey, do you like
animal cruelty? My favorite.
No, do you like shifting between, let's say, 3 and 4 different locations?
They really did just make the same 3 games, huh?
Yeah.
Vicky says, yeah, they made like 4 Game & Watch galleries, so there has to be a lot.
She also says, he, manful.
Parachute is next. We're coming home from the war.
in 3 to 4 locations.
This will be one of many of coming home from the war Game & Watches.
2.
Did you say 2?
Yes.
Okay, that's the score you gave it last time. What about Octopus? How do you feel about 3 to 4 locations?
How do I feel about 3 to 4 locations?
Okay.
2.
Okay, I don't know if this is like even a question that we know the answer to, but like how many like are these ones that are clearly just the same game, like do they have literally the same programming?
No. No, it took work to recycle the same concept.
Okay.
It didn't save them work, it saved them creativity. What about Popeye? What do you think? How do you feel about balancing?
How do I feel about juggling 3 things?
3 to 4 locations.
I think I'm understanding the Game & Watch.
Yeah. Melanie, I want you to know, in Kingdom Hearts 3, there are
Yes, I'm aware,
there
I'm
are
aware.
12 Game & Watch games, and most of them are 3 to 4 locations because they understood the assignment.
3.
You're giving this one a 3? Why is this one 3 and the other one's 2?
2.
You're like, I should be consistent. That's what sober me is. And now you're just like, what did I give it? Like 3 seconds after you say the number. No, but like you've already said that about ones. Like 3 seconds after you said a number, you're like, I don't know what I just said.
We can't be expected to remember things.
And you're blaming Drunky. You're blaming Drunky for this, is what I'm saying. What about Chef?
So how do I feel about juggling things in 3 to 4 different locations, but this time one of the things gets ascended? How do I feel about that?
It is slightly more gameplay than the other
There are
three.
so many.
So slightly.
There are so many Smash references to individual games about balancing 3 to 4 locations.
3.
Okay, last time you gave it a 5.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
3.
Why is this one a 3 and not a
game
2?
is.
Why is this one 3 and not a 2?
Really good graphics.
I'm a furry.
Oh, I just remembered one of the upcoming ones.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, this one!
They came out back to back.
See, I would have to give this a 3 for consistency. But
You
the
know, you gave
problem
both
with
of
that
a 2
is,
last time.
I am the opposite of Melanie. I am the opposite of Disney adult. Rating a game based
Oh, you're
solely on the
against
number
it,
of
child.
locations. You know what, Vicky? You're so real for that. But I
Against it,
cannot,
child.
in good faith, give this a 4.
Melanie didn't process the joke the first time, so I had to repeat it.
No, yeah. We're the opposite of a Disney adult against Sid child.
Oh my god.
My name spelled backwards is Disney. Alright, so this is a 2?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Our next one is Turtle Bridge.
This is just
We're gaming now, folks. We have 5 locations.
so innovative. This is just Helmet with extra steps.
Yes, it is.
And what did I give Helmet a 2?
You gave Helmet a 3 because you've been giving them 2 and 3 alternating with no clear explanation of why. And I've pushed you for it every time, and sometimes you change your score, but never once do you give an explanation other than one where you said, I'm a furry.
3.
In fairness, a very consistent reason.
Alright, the next one was Fire Attack, and I'm not going to put it back on screen because you already remember it's the one about
it's the
punishing
racism one,
Native
isn't it?
Americans. Yes.
Yeah,
one of the
that's
racism ones.
1.
Yes.
Because I can't give it a 0 yet.
It's true. There one game out of the hundreds that you're able to give a 0 to. Alright. Snoopy Tennis. 3 locations.
2.
You've had your taste of having 5 locations, and now we're back to 3.
Next gen games are so wild. You're so right, Vicky. But yeah, 2.
Okay. That's what you gave it last time. Next one is Oil Panic. I have no idea why you gave this one the score that you did last time.
What the fuck did I get last time?
So this one
This is the first new gameplay concept we've seen in years.
Yes, it is 2 screens. It is 3 locations, and then you have to know whether to dump the oil on the left or the right. So we have added one new wrinkle to 3 locations.
I would still give this a 3 or a 3.
All right, you gave it a 7.
Is this what people mean when they say that we don't have third spaces anymore?
What the fuck was wrong with me?
It's Donkey Kong.
It's Donkey Kong, but worse, alright.
It is a step up from 3 locations, though.
That's at least 10
many
locations.
You can fit so many locations in this game and watch.
There's so many locations.
Look at this real gameplay. By the standards of the Game & Watch, look at this actual video game.
Yeah. It took 2
It's
years.
an actual video game.
It took 2 years, but we finally have a real video game on this concept.
And, like, it's still Donkey Kong, but worse.
Yes.
But it's like...
But it is an actual video game.
It's leagues better than every other Game & Watch we've seen so far.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I would give this a 5.
Last time you gave it a 7. I like your average score just absolutely plummeting through this era. Alright, this is Donkey Kong Jr. We can fit so many locations in this Game & Watch.
Some might say too many.
That sure is a lot of locations.
Yeah, but look at this thrilling gameplay where there's only you have to wait for them to stop sending the claptraps at you, and until then you can't do anything.
There's like really something going on with Donkey Kong. It's legit.
Yeah, it is a video game.
I don't know if you heard that.
I'd probably give it a 4.
Vixie walked in and said, "There's something going on with Donkey Kong Jr."
Yeah.
There's some sauce.
What score did you say? 4?
4, yes.
Alright, yeah, that's what you put before.
This is one of the better
There's Mickey and...
games. I played it.
Got like the classic Goofy design.
I would hope it wasn't using a future design.
Oh, they didn't have modern Goofy yet. I didn't even realize. We need Goofy generations.
Goofy generations.
What are we giving Mickey and Donald?
A 3.
How do you
I
feel
guess.
about 3 locations?
Okay, a 2.
That is what you gave it last time.
Yeah. Is this just
3.5.
Donkey Kong 3 but worse?
Yes, it is.
Cool. 2.
How do you feel about 4 locations?
But
this
on
time
2
it's across
screens.
2 screens.
True, that is very innovative, but I'm still giving it a 2. 1 for each screen.
Great. What about Donkey Kong 2, the only video game called Donkey Kong 2?
This bad boy can fit so many locations.
The Game & Watch Donkey Kongs are like all the same fucking thing as each other, though.
They are, but that thing is exponentially better than any other
I mean,
Game & Watch
compared
made.
to the other Game & Watch games, yeah?
Vixie shouted, "They're good" from the kitchen.
Yeah, Vixie has bad opinions about the Game & Watch. This is DB's ranking, not Vixie's ranking.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Vixie's ranking will come at a later date.
Anyway, 3.
I'm starting to think that maybe I should just have like a matinee stream sometime.
I didn't hear that.
3.
No, I heard you, I didn't hear Vixie.
She said she's starting to think she should have like a matinee stream sometime.
Fair.
I work early.
Mario Brothers. This is 5 locations. We're so back.
We're so back! Next gen games are so wild.
I played so much of this one as a kid, but the modern version specifically.
It's
But
just,
this is so slow also.
it's so slow, yeah. 2.
No, the modern version like speeds up a lot as it goes on, and like actually is fun. Hi.
Hi, Vixie.
Good fucking game, that's what it is.
Well, Seren says you have bad opinions on the Game & Watch.
Statements made by the utterly deranged.
The only thing I'll criticize about it that does get a little boring when you're starting up a new game.
How do I
Mario's
feel about
Cement
4
Factory.
locations?
Yeah, we have 4 locations, and the pathway between them sometimes just isn't there because that's fun.
Thrilling gameplay.
Very slightly more gameplay.
Ever so slight. 2.
It's not good
Okay.
gameplay. But it's
Hey.
good gameplay.
What about coming back from the war?
Vicky says hi.
Hello!
What about coming home from the war?
What?
You forget about this every time.
Oh, I didn't forget about it. It's just always incredible to see.
I did forget.
It's always such a joy seeing this one.
Yeah, Mario in Vietnam.
What the fuck?
You gave it a 1 for being racist last time.
Me?
You both did.
Yeah, still.
Oh, yeah.
I would still give this a 1.
It's like clearly unhinged and should not exist, but like I'm so happy that I get to live in a time where people can see it.
Yeah.
Rain shower. How do you feel about 6 objects but 4 locations?
Wow, I really have to think about this one. 2.
See, this is why when people are like, yeah, these games rule, I'm like, what? I've played one of them. That means I've played them all. Alright, what about pinball? Without any physics at all.
So many locations in this bad boy.
And none of them are used correctly.
No, hang on. Go back for a second. Alright. I want everyone, I'm gonna unpause. I'm actually gonna put this in slow motion.
Okay.
We're gonna go down to 0.25 speed. I want everyone to pay attention to the ball in the top right here.
Okay.
Wait for it. Okay, it comes down. It goes down over there for some reason. Hit straight to the side.
That is not how physics work.
I just saw.
This is the worst pinball I've ever fucking seen. What?
What does Vixie think?
Vixie, you're being summoned.
What do you think?
What do you want?
What do you think of pinball Game & Watch?
It's shit! Well... It is kind of visually appealing. Like
Yeah, they painted a background, but the gameplay has no physics.
So many locations in this bad boy, though.
Alright.
And none of them are used correctly.
No, not one.
Congrats. Now, Melanie and DB, your averages, now that Sober DB has ranked them, are exactly the same.
Oh, hell yeah.
3.02439. Alright, on to 1984. We're gonna come back to the arcade games.
Look at that YouTube comment. I'm impressed that this thing actually works like a pinball.
No, the fuck it doesn't.
For an ancient game,
Story.
it does have ball physics. Holy shit.
Okay.
I fucking love YouTube.
For an ancient game, it does have ball physics. No, it doesn't.
For 1980,
I don't want to try it.
for 1984.
1984.
Okay.
We're gonna go straight to the Game & Watches because we're already in the Game & Watch playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna jump over, unless you remember enough about the Punch-Out arcade game that you don't need to see it again.
I think I need to see it again.
Okay, then we'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, here's Punch-Out for the Game & Watch. There's 2 locations. There's high and there's low.
Yep, there sure is. So wait, is the guy on the right computer controlled, or is that a second player?
That's a second player. This is not a portable system, or it's not a handheld system. It is a portable system, which means that there are 2 controllers on wires coming out of this thing.
People spent money on this.
A lot of it.
2.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you said this was the equivalent of like 90 United States dollars in today's money.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave it a 1, both of you, last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you
doubled
were
the score.
I think you were really taken by the fact that we went from 5 locations to 2.
Also, it just looks bad.
Here's Donkey Kong 3. 3 locations.
Two.
Also,
I think
this
that's why I've been
sounds
giving
so
all
bad.
these other games with 3 locations.
Here's Donkey Kong Circus. Where does this fit in the timeline? Is this before the Great Ape War?
This is just Game & Watch Ball.
Yeah, but there's 5 balls.
It's fire.
2.
So what? 2? Okay. All right. What about Crab Grab?
Grabby crabby.
Last time you saw this, you asked me to explain it to you, and I told you that I've seen this game like 100 times at this point, and I've never once actually understood what you do with it, and you gave it a 1.
I would still give it a 1.
Great.
I'm just trying to understand what the fuck it is.
What the fuck
Same.
is this game?
Great question. Here's Spitball Sparky.
Another ball with no physics.
Oh, it's Breakout! It's our first Breakout!
It's not even Breakout!
Vicky says, are you feeling it, Mr. Grabs?
Am I feeling it? Am I? I see you about to type an archipelago hint in the Twitch chat.
No, I was trying to add a quote, and then I forgot the quote. Oh.
Anyway. 1. Because what the
Yeah,
fuck
you
are
gave it a
these
1
ball
last
physics?
time also. Alright, what about Donkey Kong Hockey?
Did we get this far? I don't have any memory of
Yes.
Donkey Kong Hockey.
Yes, you've
1.
ran it twice now, Melanie. Alright, that is half of the score that she gave it last time. Okay, give me just a second. Let me set this up. Okay. So we want... Here's Punch-Out Arcade.
They could fit so many voice lines in this bad boy.
They really cut. Four.
That's what you gave it last time.
Cool.
Alright, what
I'm
about...
only done with dishes.
Well, you said almost done with dishes?
Well, I thought this was as far as I'm willing to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do the rest.
I gotta get ready for bed.
That's fine. I can do the rest.
Okay, I got it down pretty good.
What about the next year? Super Punch-Out. It's the same game.
Got it down pretty good.
It's the same game.
Different fights, though.
4.
Last
It's
time
the
you
same
gave
game.
Last time you gave it a 2, which was half of what you gave Punch-Out the first time. Here's one that I fundamentally didn't understand why you rated it what you did.
That's always good.
And I'll be honest, Mel, you give it the exact same score.
I did, yeah.
I think it was a little bit because it's racist, but all the Punch-Outs are racist. So this is a game where you have like an arm bar and you are like physically trying to push it over and win at arm wrestling.
Got some stereo sound.
What are we giving it, DB?
A 3. And
Okay, last time you gave it a 1. So did Melanie. Alright, we're on to the NES, and we're almost at the part where Drunk You is finished.
Yeah.
okay.
Now,
There's like 5 more of these, and then we'll be caught up.
Okay.
This is a real-ass full video game that is so far ahead of what the Atari could do.
oh, that's a baseball.
That's a baseball. I remember playing this. 7? It
Okay,
is a
last
real
time
ass game.
Last time you gave it an 8, and Melanie gave it a 10.
It's like the first baseball video game that was actually good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Oh, yes, baseball, that game's a pretty big deal, yeah. Prepare to see a lot of baseball.
Here's tennis.
There's gonna be so much baseball.
It's a full-ass tennis game.
Yep, it sure is.
Do you have thoughts on it?
Nope, I don't think.
Last time you gave it a 9, which was 1 point higher than what you gave baseball.
I would,
Melanie, you
I would
also
probably
gave it a
still
10.
give this a 7, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not bad.
You're being way harsher on the NES games and the Game & Watch games. It seems like you were just giving higher scores while drunk.
I guess so.
Alright, here is pinball with no physics.
Cool, I love pinball with no physics. It still has more physics than the Game & Watch.
Nope. It just has more room to fake it.
Okay, yes, I see now.
0 times 2 is still 0. Physics means something, and the NES cannot do physics.
It sure can't.
I can't believe it's not physics.
Oh, Kaji's here now.
Oh, hi, Kaji.
I'm gonna start getting ready for bed, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Night, Vixie.
Good night.
Does Vixie have thoughts about NES pinball before she leaves?
Do you
Do you have thoughts about NES pinball before you go to bed?
I actually want to try it. I haven't tried it yet. I think I remember hearing that the coding for this game was kind of a big deal, but I might just be making that up. So I don't know.
What did she
Yeah,
say?
like, these are not...
at all.
She
What?
says that she hasn't played it, is interested in playing it, and she thinks she remembers hearing that the programming for this game was kind of a big deal, but she says she might be just making that up.
People pointed this out as one of the games that Iwata solo programmed.
People pointed it out as one of the games that Iwata solo programmed.
Yes. I think that might be
It doesn't actually make it a big deal.
which is
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
2.
Most NES games were solo programmed.
I'm gonna give this a 2.
Sounds good. Super Mario Brothers was solo programmed.
Wait, really?
Yes.
There were not a lot
That's
of programmers working
impressive.
on games at the time.
Super Mario Brothers had 4 people on the dev team.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Video games used to be able to be made at full-scale AAA in 6 months. Anyways, here's Wild Gunman. It's one of the million light gun games. This is all you do in it.
That's literally all you do.
It's the entire game.
This is a full
entire game.
retail game.
3.
Okay. Melanie's grimace face, what she remembers. This was a full retail game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your mom got that for you for Christmas instead of like Mario 2, get fucked. This one came bundled with the system. It is more involved than the game that was not free.
Somehow. 4.
Okay. Last time I gave it a 6. This is funny because every few years you get some dumbass online being like, "Did you know that if you have someone in the player 2 controller slot, they can move the ducks?" As if that isn't written in the instruction manual.
Saran, if those people could read, they'd be very upset.
They can read enough to fucking make
Actually,
me
wait, no,
see
a
their
4 is
fucking
kind of-
takes.
I feel bad about giving it a 4. It's actually pretty good. I would give it a 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's golf. This is the game that originated 3-button golf mechanics.
Basically the basis of every golf video game ever afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this game was so good that it defined how this sport translates to video games and made it fun for the first time.
I mean, it did succeed in making golf fun. So... 7.
Okay, you gave it an 8 last time. Melanie gave it a 10.
I think you just don't like golf at all, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the last one that Drunk DB rated. It's Hogan's Alley. It's another light gun game where you shoot random fucking shit.
3.
Alright, yeah. Last time you gave it a 4. And Melanie gave it a 6? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Why did I?
I have no idea.
Was that testosterone Melanie or estrogen Melanie?
That was estrogen Melanie.
Oh,
Melanie.
fucking what?
Testosterone gave it a 5. Estrogen gave it a 6.
Fuck if I know.
You were sober.
Yeah, I sure was.
Alright. Alright. Now, deep breaths. We are now fully caught up.
Okay.
Yes.
These are now games that DB has never rated before on one of these streams.
Some of them you have never seen before.
There's
Oh,
going to
I'm
be a
about to
few of
find
these
out,
that
aren't
you've
I?
never seen.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Like there
Alright.
is not one human being that has ever appeared on these that knows every single one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Clue Clue Land for the NES. Have you ever seen Clue Clue Land, DB?
I have not.
Alright, this fucking game... Enjoy the gameplay.
What is
If you're
happening?
wondering, the D-pad does nothing. It is a one-button game. And that button is rotate.
What if Pac-Man was a manic cocaine high?
What the fuck am I watching?
Okay. So can you figure out what is happening based on sight alone?
Because I can explain the gameplay to you when you're ready to learn what you're actually doing in this game. This is one of those. Okay, since you're young, let me. Back at the day when you rented a game from a Blockbuster or whatever, like Hollywood Video, and you got the cartridge, you did not get the manual. And NES games were fundamentally designed with the manual in mind and never had tutorials or in-game explanations of what anything did. Therefore, you having a first look experience at all of these NES games is the accurate experience to if you had rented this back in the day. And most kids did not have their parents buy a game without renting it first to see if they even liked it.
What the fuck is happening?
So you know how when you're a kid, if you're like walking past like a light pole or a telephone pole, you're like wrap your arm around it.
Oh wait, I
and
get it.
kinda
I get it. You have to wrap around this little circle thing.
And specifically, some of them have these rupee icons that get reused in The Legend of Zelda that are hidden behind them. And you uncover them by wrapping around the exact specific spot. So it's basically a fuck around and find out which ones are the win conditions. So you're drawing and you're hoping that it makes some amount of linear sense.
What the fuck?
Also, look at that mascot. Why isn't he in Smash?
Look
at that fucking dance. Yeah, but like, why isn't he a playable character in Fortnite?
I'm gonna say a 4.
He's already doing dances.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Clue Clue Land a 4.
Okay. What, Mel, what are you giving it on estrogen?
I think 3. I might consider a 4 if like the rupee mechanic sucked less, but the rupee mechanic
You gave it a
sucks
4
lot.
last time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The next game is.
Okay, I have seen Excitebike.
Okay. Before we do this, we have to set the ground rule, the blanket rule on this, which is we are ranking the American release of this game, which is so much worse than the Japanese release. So
that's a little terrifying.
And would I be right in assuming that basically every re-release we've played of it is not the American version?
No, every re-release is the Japanese version for a reason that will become very apparent. So, you see how there's 3 menus here, Selection A, Selection B, and Design?
Yeah.
Design is a level editor where you can make your own custom levels and, like, replay them. And the American version doesn't save. Because there's no battery backup on the cartridge, because this was a Famicom Disk System game in Japan where it would write to the floppy
that makes
disk.
a lot more sense. Okay.
So, the American version of this has a level editor and no saving at all. You turn the system off, it loses everything. So, you are moving back and forth. There is a button to go to basically turbo speed. The arrows don't make you go faster. The arrows cool your engine because you don't want to overheat your engine. Otherwise, you need to go take a pit stop, and you're also trying to land correctly and avoid the dirt.
This is a video game-ass video game.
Yes, those are all of the mechanics.
I think I would give this a 6. Yeah.
I was thinking 6 too. Like if it was not the American version, I think
if
like
it had the
8.
level editor, I would give it a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I think it would be 8 with the level if the level editor like worked,
the actually
but
functional level editor. I mean,
as it is 6.
Yeah.
Yep, makes perfect sense to me. Have you ever played Ice Climber?
I have.
Okay, that's the question for DB. I know that you have, Melanie.
Yeah, I've played
Because if DB hasn't, then you needed to go like get a Switch and put your hands on it and hit the jump button once before you.
Yeah, I remember the jumping physics not being great.
This was a pre-Super Mario Brothers platformer.
Oh, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Because those sure are some jumping physics.
See, because it doesn't show in video that specifically once you hit the jump button, there is no longer any control. By the time that you have hit the jump button, you have locked in your entire jump.
Yeah.
I respect the idea. It's not
the idea
fun.
of animal abuse?
No, of the jump physics.
Oh. Okay, 'cause you're clubbing seals in this game.
Yes, I did know that.
4.
This game was, like, to be clear, the only reason anyone knows about this fucking game is because the Ice Climbers are characters in Smash. And the only reason they're characters in Smash is because, at the time, Nintendo was like, this is a deep-cut character that, like, no one will recognize from our history.
Yeah.
It was chosen for its obscurity. Could have been Clue Clue Land, is what I'm saying.
It should have been Clue Clue Land.
We could have had the Clue Clue Land, asshole.
It should have been.
Like the fact that like the Ice Climbers are a duo fighter in Smash doesn't even have anything to do with the video game Ice Climber.
Correct.
Like, because there is never a point in the video game Ice Climber where both Ice Climbers are on screen at the same time.
There is one short, like, half-second cinematic. Mel, I need a score. DB gave it a 4.
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay. Our scores are now 4, 2, 1, 4, 3. So we have every score between 1 and 4 represented between the 5 of you. I'm counting Mel twice on that list.
That was a different human being. That was not a human being that used the name Mel, so.
Yes, you did.
Look.
Okay. Here's our next point. So, this is a conversation for Mel.
Hi.
These are Estra Mel scores. Baseball, 10. Tennis, 10. Golf, 10. What are you gonna give soccer?
You have to be consistent, Melanie.
Only if it's good.
No, you have to be consistent.
It's extremely not good. That's the
You have
joke.
to be consistent now.
It doesn't sound like a 10. I'm gonna be real.
But for consistency's sake, you've given all the NES sports games a 10.
The consistency is I give good games good scores.
Yes, that is the consistency. This is not about three zones.
Yeah, soccer to me is a game that is inherently about speed and organized chaos.
Yeah.
And also about teamwork instead of look at all these NPCs that are brain dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is disorganized chaos slowly. It's a functional video game, I guess.
It is.
So I'll say 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 too.
Okay, we have 5, 3, 7, and 4, 4.
Yes.
Who gave it a 7?
Guess which motherfucker gave it a 7?
Alex.
Yes.
Of course he did.
I thought it was gonna be pre-estrogen Mel.
Mr. Legend of Zelda gets a 3 because I don't like drawing maps.
Yes, he gave that a 7. I believe his words were exactly where, I don't know, 7? That's how he ranks all of these.
In fairness, he said that in the middle of playing Nier, so...
This is Kung Fu.
It sure is.
I like the quick kicks. It's a very funny animation.
It is.
Why are we doing Mario Party minigames? You know the ones.
Yes.
I believe you had something to say about those.
I do.
Yeah.
But it's a little too obvious.
1 player, 2 floor ready.
I was looking away.
In terms of video games, this sure is one of them.
This sure is a video game.
I guess a 6? I don't know.
Mel?
Melanie.
I think 5.
Okay. 4, 5, 7, 6, 5. What's that?
Did Alex give it a 7?
Of course he did. So I believe first number is testosterone Mel, second number is Joe,
Yes.
third number is Alex, fourth number is you, fifth number is me.
That is correct.
Gotcha.
Alright, here's Wrecking Crew. Speaking of motherfuckers that need to be in Smash.
Yeah, I thought this one in Psych, not in Psych.
At least the stage.
No. Look at these weird freaks.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this little bastard.
Why aren't those freaks in a Wrecking Crew? Like, no, I know Wrecking Crew has a million references in Smash, but where are the freaks?
Do I have every NES game? I do. I can pull up these NES games and play them right here.
Great. Go find the coin.
Go find the coin.
So what are we giving Wrecking Crew?
I'm really not sure.
I feel like it's a 7.
What? Based on what?
That's such a good question. It just, it's like, what if Game & Watch was a real game? I guess. I don't know.
What? Can someone add a quote, what if Game & Watch was a real game? Because Game & Watch is a system.
Allegedly, it's...
I would probably give this a 5.
Okay. I'm not gonna question you, DB. I'm only bullying Mel here.
Okay. It's fine. A 6.
Peer pressure works.
It does. That's correct.
All
I do
right.
not appear to have a Wrecking Crew in this collection
For this
of
next
NES
game.
games that includes Venice Beach Volleyball.
All right. So I want to show you this website real quick. It's a great website if you've never seen it. So Jeff Gersman, noted threat, has been ranking for over 2 years, like 5 games a week, every single game released on the NES. And he's been playing the fuck out of these games and then playing them. And this is a list that goes for hundreds and there's 524 games on the list right now that he's played.
Holy shit.
I want to be clear. This next game, Stack Up, is 512 out of 524.
So this is, according to him, the worst one.
This is the worst first-party Nintendo game on the NES, according to him. This is in the realm of the Blues Brothers, Deuce with Attitude, Muppet Adventure, Chaos at the Carnival, Barbie, Skull and Crossbones, King Neptune's Adventure, Conan, Cool World, Circus Caper, Wolverine, Home Alone 2, and slightly better than Robo Demons, NFL, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, Testterminator, The Western Exterminator, and Deathbots.
Cool.
By the way, this is funny because you can search any of these games and they will all be here. For what he believes, but this one he's just such a hater of that it's so funny to me.
Okay, I think I remember Sacco because you can just lie to it.
So there's no game here. Is the problem? So this is what this is. So you
what are you
open.
doing?
I was trying to get RetroArch open to play these games, and then RetroArch crashed. So
In this game, you open by telling it in what order are the 5 colored blocks physically located. Then it tells you where you should put them. You input the commands one at a time by bouncing which direction Rob should move so that you can achieve it. And it just flashes the light, and if Rob sees it and behaves correctly, it will go up, down, left, right, or grab.
I'm gonna real quick go get a soda. Obviously a 1.
Yeah, there's no game here at
There's
all.
no game here.
This is all you do.
There's literally no game. 1.
Okay. The next game is the other game that was included with Rob the Robot.
Yeah. I think I had a cartridge for this, but
This
I did
game-
not have Rob. So I could never play this game.
Serious? You fucking played Stack Up but didn't have
No,
Rob?
I had Gyromite.
Oh, that might be
Gyromite.
worse.
Yeah.
No, Gyromite is a real video game. All you need is a
Yeah.
second controller. I'll wait for Mel to get back because she should hear how this works. By the way, for DB, for your reference, for Stack Up, the scores are 1-2-1-1-1. Only Joe, the hater of NES games, saw anything in it.
How?
How? I have no idea. By the way, DB, if you're curious, Mega Man 2 is his number 1, even though he likes Bionic Commando more.
Huh.
Makes
Makes sense.
And then Mega Man 1 is number 27 and Mega Man 3 is number 29.
Has he rated Mega Man 4 yet?
Nope.
Okay. Because I feel like 4 is the best one out of the NES ones, but yeah.
Probably won't make it that high, but it'll definitely be above 3. And probably above 1. My guess of where he's going to put it is going to be like below Rygar, above River City Ransom.
Yeah, makes sense.
He really likes Rygar.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Okay.
Vicky, no, it's actually not, because you have to remember that Mega Man 1 is a complete video game.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 is not even a finished game.
So, Melanie.
What's up?
The stack of rankings are 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Only Joe, who hates the NES more than any of y'all, saw anything in that game.
Why the fuck did he give it a 2?
Great question.
Oh, I love Joe so much. I miss him.
Yeah, what the fuck,
So,
Joe?
Gyromite. So, in Stack Up, Rob is moving physical circles of plastic around. In this, you put a second player NES controller in Rob's hands, and Rob presses the A or B buttons, which means you don't need Rob to play this game at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all this.
Yeah, you can literally just like grab another.
Yeah, you press the A or B button to move to alternate between red up, red down, blue up, blue down.
Okay, so I have what I want to say, and you're going to reject this because it's not consistent with how my other other rankings go, and also it's stupid anyway. But what I want to say is this one gets a 2 because a dog was trained to play it for GDQ, and I am glad that that fact exists.
Yeah, that's not part of the video game.
Yeah, but it's also it's not. It's a 1.
Last time you gave it a 3. For being an actual video game.
I feel like we're stretching the definition of actual video game.
This is a puzzle platformer. What are you talking about? If this were on Steam, you would not give this a 1.
That's fair. I mean, I never gave it a rating.
But it's the point is Rob, and
yeah, like with that context, yeah.
You could buy this game without Rob.
Okay, fine.
It's
My
just packed in
logic.
with Rob.
My logic is that the
I
artistic
would
intent.
probably give this a 4.
My logic is that the artistic intent is Rob, but if I will rate the ROM divorced from
You're
that
right.
context, then I guess it's a 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 4.
I'm not going to show you the next one. It's Super Mario Brothers. What scores?
9.
10.
What? Hey, DB.
Yeah.
Defend.
It's
Defend
not
yourself.
my favorite. Okay, I thought the scale was a 10 was like, this is like my favorite Nintendo title ever. And that would go to Super Mario World.
You're allowed to give more than 110.
Okay, if I can give more than 110,
No.
I
Here's
gave
a
every
question.
sports game a 10.
that's
Hey,
true.
hey,
That
DB.
is true.
DB. You gave Mario Brothers Arcade a 9. Is Super Mario Brothers not above that in your scale?
It's a 10. It actually is a 10. I
Yes.
just didn't think I could give multiple 10s. I was trying to save my 10s.
You've been giving multiple ones.
I guess that's fair.
All right. Next up
Okay,
is
yeah.
a game that I
10.
do not believe DB has ever seen. I would be stunned if you have. This is 10-Yard Fight.
I have not seen this.
So this is football, American football. Here's the asterisk. 1, look how slow this fucking thing is. 2,
Yeah, that's...
look at this top-down vertical perspective. But also, I'm gonna crank this audio.
fuck is this audio?
That's the sound of the crowd.
2.
Melanie.
Melanie?
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 sounds about right.
Last time you gave it a 4.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds like something someone free estrogen would say.
Here is the joy of this era is we're going right back to Game & Watch. This is
Gambling!
Blackjack.
Cool!
Strictly speaking, how many locations?
0!
Okay, here we go.
Wait,
This is just gambling.
hold on. Do I not know the rules of blackjack? What is going on the top screen?
That's the dealer.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you don't know the rules of blackjack.
No, I forgot that blackjack was... I thought it was one pile, and it was just...
No, it's PvP.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I thought it was PvE.
Who's the E? That would be another deck.
The E is busting.
What?
Is that what it's called when you go over 21?
Hey, Melanie?
Oh, is it not? Is that not what it's called?
Add quote, the E is busting. It is called busting, you're right. But that's too good of a quote. And I'm so glad that I got you to basically say that. Does it make you feel good?
Not especially.
Damn. You should get that checked
that's
out.
crazy.
So what do you give slow-ass blackjack?
This sure is just gambling. 2.
Melanie?
Oh, 3 for being a real game, I guess, but...
What? 11223. What about tropical fish?
This is just...
That's not
Damn,
fair.
we got 4. Damn, we got 4 locations.
Holy shit, 4 whole locations!
Super Mario Brothers for the NES has released, and we've got 4 locations.
Fuck yeah, we do. But you can play this on the bus.
You know what else you
True.
can play on the bus? Blackjack with
I
real
can
cards.
play 4 locations on the bus. But that doesn't
You know, I
change the
can
fact
play
that
on the
this
bus.
is a 2.
I spy.
Why would
What do
you
you
play
give?
this on the bus?
I don't remember what I was. I have not given a rating tonight for the Game Watches. I don't remember what my numbers were. I'll give this a 2.
You gave blackjack a 3.
Yeah, but that's
All
not
right,
a
2
4
it is.
locations game.
The last 4 locations game that you gave would have been Donkey Kong Hockey, and you gave that a 2.
Okay, then this is a 2.
And Spitball Sparky, you gave a 1.
I'll say this is.
You gave Blackjack a 3.
All right,
Blackjack is more than 4 locations.
I guess.
here we go. No, it's 0 locations. We
Yeah,
already
it's
talked about
0. That's that's literally what I said when I saw it.
Okay,
this.
so
Okay,
this version is missing 1 stage, correct?
yeah. So this is 75% of the arcade game.
Okay, then I'll give it
It is
75% of the score. It's a 7.
That is exactly what you said last time. Yes.
Hell yeah!
That sounds like something I would do too, and I forgot what I gave the arcade version.
You gave the arcade game an 8 because I don't know. This is once again you weren't defending your actions when I asked you an hour ago.
I mean, okay, 75% of the original score. Sick.
Fang says I'm still busy, but wanted to pop in and see what's up. Every Game & Watch game is the same.
You're so
Yes,
real
they
for
should.
that. No, thanks. Hear me out. Some of them have 5 locations.
Shit.
And as we just saw with Blackjack, some of them have 0.
We got Justin. So
Justin's
DB,
like, oh, a real game. Yes.
DB, you don't know Justin. He's from NWR. He is a fair bit older than me, so he grew up in this era, and he is a huge Nintendo ride or die.
All right, here we go. It is Donkey Kong Jr. This one is not missing a stage.
Whatever I gave DK Jr. for the arcade, I'll just give the same score then, I guess.
You gave it a 5. You didn't like it.
5 then.
Justin says, older, I'm young, hip, and cool. Justin, I'm currently going through puberty. I will say... Oh, wait. Okay, no, this one was on arcade, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, you gave it an 8 on arcade.
Yes, okay. How is this port? Is it missing stuff?
No, I already talked about this.
Yeah,
You
I
missed
apologize.
this. This is content and feature complete.
Okay. Then I'll say 8.
Here is the version of Mario Brothers what fucked up the physics forever.
Yo. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I guess not correct me if I'm wrong. I question.
Yes.
The ground up remake of this in the Game Boy Advance games, does that have physics faithful to this one or to the original?
This is the one that fucked up the physics forever.
Wow.
This has ice climber jumps.
Oh no.
They go wider, but it's once again, you hit the jump button and there is no control.
Let's see, I gave the arcade version a 9, right?
Yes. Also, I want to be very crucial here. Super Mario Brothers came out the year before on this platform.
I am going...
Yeah,
Justin, what's wrong with Ice Climber?
It's
Me,
still...
animal abuse.
I think...
Yeah, it's definitely an inferior port.
Yeah.
7.
I don't... Oh, I wouldn't say that high. I was thinking more like a 5 or a 6. Probably 5.
Okay, 7, 5. That means that our scores across the board are 2, 2, 5, 7, 5. You were very mad at this for fucking up the physics.
I sure was, yeah.
Yeah, I hate that this sucks up the physics. But I still think it's okay. I guess. Which is not something I should be giving a 7 in hindsight.
This game... Yeah, it's great. Why? It's great to think about a score after you give it.
I'm very smart.
You need to change the score.
Do you want to change the score?
Yeah, let's say a 6.
Okay, this game sucks shit. So, this game... Oh, Neil just watched the episode.
Andor?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just sending him a message. So, this game is gameplay that is full... I'm not ruining anything for you. This game is, difficulty balanced in gameplay around being a 5-year-old and doing multi-digit division.
Bless you. Bless you.
Also, this game does not teach you anything. This thing is practice for division and multiplication.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm trying to make the webcam look good.
Look at this input mechanism, as you have to go up and down the ropes to select your number.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you could doesn't mean you should. Why did you put Donkey Kong Jr. controls on doing math?
1.
DV hates math.
I program video games. Of course I hate math.
Yes, we already did Gyromite. We're going in release order, so we're in 96.
I'm going. It's between a 1 and a 2.
Do you want to know what you gave it the first time?
Sure.
5.
Testosterone Mel was fucked up.
Is there a way to view the list so far? No, just ask about what games that you want to know their scores for.
I'll go 2.
Alright, how do you feel about shooting Gorilla Taint? Again.
I forgot what I gave this game before.
You ranked it an hour ago.
Yeah, we've done like 30 rankings since then.
Yeah.
You gave it a 4.
Super Mario Brothers came out before this game.
It's a port, in fairness.
I guess.
I'm feeling 4.
I'm feeling 4 as well. Yeah.
Monkey Magic.
What? What?
Okay. Okay, Justin.
Okay, Justin.
Justin, we aren't ranking games that didn't come out in America. Monkey Magic is a Japan-only arcade game. From 1979. Also, we're not rating everything before 1980. Alright. DB, do you remember Game & Watch Boxing?
I sure do.
The game with 2 zones.
Yeah, I have seen Urban Champion before. And Mel, I can't see the video.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm messing with the webcam again.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There we go.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Don't worry. You will get to rank this again in 2012 when they put this out.
Oh yeah, it did get a 3DS re-release, didn't it?
Yeah, no, not a re-release, a remake.
Round up.
Fuck. They picked 5 NES games, and for some stupid ass reason, this is one of them.
The fuck is that walk cycle?
A game that was made in basically no time.
Oh, it shows.
I'm saying 2.
I'm also saying 2.
Super Mario Brothers has been out on this system.
2.
Alright. Have you ever played a game called Joust?
I don't think so.
As featured in the hit book Ready Player One?
This is a clone of Joust. With way worse audio. Hang on. Stop the jingles.
Have you played Balloon Fight?
I have.
Listen to how terrible that audio is.
That sure is early NES audio.
And then there's an endless mode where you have to try and get all the balloons. This is different from Joust. This was not in Joust. So they did have some original gameplay.
Yeah.
Some.
I don't think this game's good, but what we're seeing on screen specifically, I kind of think this is okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. I think that the main mode sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I agree. Yeah.
I thought that at the time, so no one can convince me of being too fucking throwing modern lens on this stuff. This was always the mode to play. If you were playing the other mode, you were a rube that only selected the first option on menus.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say a 5. Because this is okay. I would... But, like, the main mode, yeah, not great.
Yes.
At all.
This is what you're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Justin says this game is great. Wow. Okay. I will not be peer pressured that easily.
Mel, what do you give this?
I'm gonna say 4.
Alright. Oh, we're so back.
What the fuck?
You are the brick dude. No, you're not. I wish you were. The brick dude's the enemy.
When's Brick Dude for Smash 6?
This is what I'm saying. Look at this chaotic-ass Ice Climber-based game.
It's just Ice Climber, but significantly worse.
No, I think it's just significantly more visually chaotic.
I think that's part of
Let
what
me
makes
tell you
it
something.
worse.
Let me tell you something. Jump physics? We don't have physics here.
At least Ice Climber pretends to have physics. It does not.
Okay, but watch this jump.
What the fuck?
Dude jumped as much as U.S. Agent and Thunderbolts. It just ascends all out of screen.
By the way, if I can sidebar for 1 sec, I love Thunderbolts, so it's such a good movie, but that specific moment just kind of fucking happens.
He's not the first super soldier to do that in the MCU. He won't
I know,
be the
but
last.
the way that it's
2.
shot, like the way that the shot happens is just so weird.
I am giving this a 2.
Yes.
Melanie.
Mel, what are you giving this?
2 sounds right. I'm sorry, I need to mess with the webcam again. There's like some delay. I'm sorry.
You gave Balloon Fight a 5 on the NES. What do you give it on the Game & Watch?
Sweet shit.
Hang on.
Oh my god. I hate this audio. I can't. 2.
I failed to see the issue.
Seren says I failed to see the issue. Oh my god. The audio alone gets it a 1. What
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
What in the fuck is happening there?
That's the last. That's it. You can go back to DB. DB can have audio
Yeah,
again.
you're good. Okay.
Okay. This is not a Nintendo developed game, but this is a Nintendo published game in America.
Huh.
This
Yeah,
game
word.
fucking slaps, dude.
Hell yeah! God, we've got a real
This game
fucking video game.
fucking rips. 10.
Yeah. Mel?
10. Easy 10.
I'm gonna go 9 just because I don't like the genre, but like
I fucking love shmups, so.
Okay. Here's
See,
the order now.
Vicky, you know what's up, hun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
10,
She
9,
knows
9,
what's
10,
up.
9. Mel, pre-estrogen, you was the only one willing to go to a 10 before.
Yeah,
And now
easy
you're
10.
hesitating on a 10.
Easy 10.
Alright. Yes, that's... Sometimes we just gotta take a deep breath after all the Game & Watches and watch a few seconds of R-Type for the Arcade, which
Hell
Nintendo
yeah.
published in America. Incredible.
And then we have to watch Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus? Okay. So, I'm not gonna say that Kid Icarus comes together. I think it is a
Melanie
game...
has played the whole thing.
I have played the entire thing. I think that this game is too ambitious for its own good.
Uh-huh.
I think that it has some merit. I think it's got like this absolutely wild stat system where you're leveling up, like for the time, absolutely wild that like the actions that you're doing give you level ups in your stats and everything. And it's not a Metroidvania, but it's like the game feel of it. It's
Yeah,
obviously
you
a
know
direct
why?
precursor to Metroid. And
It was made at the exact same time in the exact same engine.
yeah, and so like I think that I give this like a 6. It's like there's
I think a 6 sounds right.
It's like it's like if you know when you say something doesn't have the sauce, this is the opposite. This is all sauce, no meal.
This prior score is 51766.
Okay, it's relatively consistent for me.
Yes.
And Joe just fucking hates that game.
And Joe loathes that game. Alright, this is... Volleyball. I heard you like old audio.
Oh, that sure is some old NES audio, alright.
Yeah, no. Justin, Joe loathes the NES.
What is that little wiggle they're doing?
I don't know. Four.
The NES has about 70 good games on it and about 700 bad ones.
I'm not gonna
That's a pretty decent hit rate.
I'm not gonna be too harsh on this one. I think it's like we're going between 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I'm saying 4 because, hang on, like, keep the gameplay rolling for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It's like the way the ball is just, I don't know.
Once again, there's no physics.
There's no physics, exactly. And also the depth perception is kind of fucked.
Okay, I'll go 5.
Yeah, so 4.
33545.
Oh, this one I vaguely remember. Vaguely.
This game is
some
too
animations.
ambitious for the hardware.
Animation is my passion.
This is not only too ambitious for the console, it is too ambitious for the fucking controller.
Yeah.
Including the D-pad and the pause button, there are 8 buttons on this controller total.
Oh, this is where a winner is you comes from.
Yeah, I could never learn the controls for this game. This thing, like, once again, when I was talking about, like, renting games and manuals, this game's manual, I remember being fucking thick. Because it was like, alright, here's how to play this thing. Like, the people that swear by this game, I could never learn how to play this.
I'm feeling a 3 for the audacity of it.
I would also say 3. Yeah.
Alright, that's what pre-Estro Mel gave this as well.
Okay.
What about Metroid?
I have to separate my modern day thoughts from.
Yeah.
From
You
being
did not
fair.
do that last time.
Well,
See-
I did some stupid shit on testosterone.
See, it is pretty good, but, like, the way there's no map, every room kind of basically looks the same.
Justin, I'll stick to my
But I do
Aki,
like the
fashion
general
games.
gameplay. And I think I would give it a 6 because of that.
So, if I was letting my modern bias rate this, it'd be like a 4. But I can't do that. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
I can't say 10. I do think the fact that there's so many identical rooms is a really big problem.
Yeah.
But
especially with no map.
this is Metroid.
Yeah, it's fucking Metroid.
This created the genre, like, and started. Hot take, maybe Nintendo's best franchise.
Yeah, that is a very hot take. You have not played Style Savvy since starting Estrogen.
Yes, I have, actually.
Since Estrogen?
Yes.
What?
It's... it's not that I don't like the idea of style savvy. It's the same problem that I have with like games like Stardew Valley, where it doesn't feel as it feels a little too open ended for me.
Which one did you fucking play?
It was 3DS.
There are 3 on the 3DS.
Style Star or something.
That's the linear one with cutscenes and characters and the story. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just
open-ended.
too stupid for the gameplay.
What?
Do you want me to try it again? I'll try it again. It was early on Estrogen. So,
Yes,
like,
try it again.
You know, maybe it hadn't, like, metabolized or whatever. Anyway.
What do you give Metroid for the
it's
NES,
gonna be an
Melanie?
8.
An 8?
Yes.
Okay.
I can respect that, yeah.
And I don't, like, as much as I think it was the right choice for Metroid to have a map eventually, I don't think in the year of our Lord 1986? 1987.
7 in America.
I don't think in the year of our Lord 1987 that it was that big of a mistake not to have a map.
That's
Correct.
fair.
65368. Also, as a reminder, if you subscribe to Nintendo Power, you got a map. They put out a magazine with maps for all of these games.
While I would not enjoy it myself, I do respect the idea of drawing
That makes
your own
a lot
map.
of sense.
Because the video games could not have maps on them because they were on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good point.
10.
I would say an 8.
This game is so good that it took them decades to make another game like it. And that game was Breath of the Wild.
The 10th best Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's way above that on the list.
Yeah, 8. Not
Okay.
entirely the type of game I'm personally into, but it is legitimately pretty damn good.
9, 8, 3, 8, 10 are the scores.
Alex gave this a 3.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
So, Justin, once upon a time, I would have and probably did fight you on that Breath of the Wild opinion, and nowadays I'm like, it's mid. It's okay.
So this is a game that became way better than the arcade games, specifically because of the technical limitations of the console, forcing them to redo the entire concept from scratch.
Yeah.
And so, out of nowhere, it becomes by far the best. Because it can't be the bad arcade games, or the mid-arcade games.
Exactly. I think this is pretty good.
Unfortunately, still racist.
Yeah.
It is still very racist, but it is just purely a rhythm game.
Yeah, it's a hell of a good video game, though.
It is still a very good video game. I would give this a 7.
I was gonna say 7, too.
Yeah.
Great. That is 7, 9, 10, 7, 7.
Yeah. If I,
Alright.
I would feel like without racism, maybe a 10. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
has racism.
How do you feel about watching a character's ass as they slalom down a hill? Because they are cheeked up.
God damn!
Oh my god.
Okay, so I would give that ass a 10.
But that is not what we are doing.
True.
Look at
But
that,
the actual gameplay
that fake
Here
3D.
is genuinely.
that fake 3D is actually pretty good.
I'm not going to sit here and say this game is amazing. I
Yeah,
will say,
but it is
I will
technically
say
impressive.
top 5 rare games of all time.
Also, that ass. I would
Yes.
say a 7.
I was thinking 7.
Yeah.
Great. 43777.
I gave this a 4?
Yeah, you didn't appreciate asses back then, I guess.
No, I really didn't. Testosterone Mel did not appreciate the things that she should have appreciated.
Here is Rad Racer.
Oh, this is the same video game again.
This came with red blue 3D glasses,
Oh, hell yeah.
and there's a mode where you can turn that on and race in 3D.
8.
I like racing games in general. I would say an 8, yeah.
43688.
What the fuck was wrong with testosterone? I mean, testosterone. Mel, we know what was wrong with her.
Testosterone, exactly. Also, this just further proves that we are the same person.
100%. Oh no,
We're back.
We're back.
There are so many zones in this, but for what purpose? Solve the world's easiest maze by pushing lines out of the way.
I don't know what the hell to rate this.
It just becomes a blur where it's like you feel like you don't want to give them all the same score, but at the same time, they're all the
They all
same.
suck shit.
They really are.
This is the world's least interactive Sokoban.
Oh my god, this is so good!
Oh my god! 3.
Justin, do you know how many Game & Watches are about balancing things in exactly 3 zones? I'll give you a hint. It's more than a third of the entire system library, and if you count games that are 4 or 5 zones as well, that you're just balancing between and moving back and forth, that is more than 80% of the system.
3.
What did Vermin get rated? Like a 2.
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay, you're both going 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What is the function? What is the function of the top screen on this one?
To manufacture a second screen and raise the price.
Okay.
It's like Punch Out. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It really doesn't.
Apparently,
Yes,
Vermin
Justin,
is great.
I am a Game & Watch hater. Because they're all the same.
Despite the fact that Vermin is the same as all the other fucking ones. Apparently, Vermin is great.
It's so good.
Alright, we're going back to the NES.
Thank God.
Never been so happy to see the NES.
We're in 1988. It's ice hockey. Neil loves ice hockey on the NES.
So I know Neil's big in the sports
Okay, this
games.
actually looks pretty okay.
No, it's because this is really fast-paced and hectic multiplayer.
Ooh, yeah.
So like this is really
like actually fun.
Yes, like battling back and forth.
Yeah, this is like actual fun.
This might be a 9.
I'm gonna say an 8.
Okay. That is 8, 8, 5, 8, 9.
Did Alex just like make it his mission to be the outlier in every single score?
No, he just didn't. He wasn't really even paying attention until I said score, and then he took one look, saw half a second, and gave it a number.
So I really like Super Mario Bros. 2 personally. I'm a pretty big fan of it. I would give this a 10.
Do you want to know? Have I told you my story, Mel, about this game?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I haven't heard it, so I have to hear it.
This is the game where I discovered that I could be disappointed by a game's length when I beat the game in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
This game is really short and really easy.
Yeah,
I really
but
liked
I still
it, though.
really enjoy it. I agree. I do wish there was more.
Thinking back to my Smash Pieces playthrough that occurred over 2 streams where I died a lot and struggled.
So what did you give it, Mel?
9.
Okay. 8, 7, 4, 10, 9.
Alex, what the fuck?
I don't know. Great question.
This one's tough for me. I've never actually played it in good faith.
I've played it. It's...
Okay.
I like what it's going for.
We are ranking the English version with the actively incorrect localization strings that lied to you.
Right.
It's not as bad as Simon's Quest. Simon's Quest just is like the English version is just pure malice.
Like I have played this game and I
Malice
enjoyed
born of
it, but
incompetency.
it's definitely not my favorite game. I like what it's going for.
I think that this game gets a lot of shit for being different.
Yeah, but it is pretty good.
I think on its own, this is This is not one of the best games on the system,
But it's still pretty
not
good.
an abomination.
I would give this somewhere between a 6 or a 7.
I was thinking 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. Okay. That is, for once, you are right in line with Justin. 75277 are the scores, by the way. That is a very 7 out of 10 game. All right. Here is RC Pro-Am. Here's another rare game. I hope you like this perspective because down, left, right, everything is based on this perspective.
Oh, cool. So
Oh, it's not tank
I
controls.
basically have to rotate the D-pad 45 degrees to play this game.
Kind of.
Excellent.
When I see a game like this, my brain goes tank controls, and this is not tank controls.
No, it is not. This is not tank controls.
Oh, on a D-pad where there's so much isometric movement.
Yeah, it's so it's diagonal almost the whole time.
Ooh, if it wasn't for that specifically, like if this had tank controls, I'd probably be like 7, 8.
The skidding noises also drive me up a wall.
I'm thinking 6.
I'm gonna say 7.
Okay, 65376.
I was very consistent on that one.
Yes, there's a fruit fly in here now, and I'm unhappy about that.
Ooh.
This came with a big. This came with a big fucking.
Yeah, it came with that. It basically came with what was basically a DDR pad, or close enough to it. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So the trick with this.
Just get on your knees and just drum on the buttons.
No. Is for like long jump. You would run, double tap to jump, and then jump off the map. You would be flying for hours. Why aren't there asses in this one?
That's gonna be
Zero
a
ass
big
to be
point
seen
reduction,
here.
yeah.
Gee, I wonder which one's the player. Mashing buttons.
Where'd my ponytail go? What the fuck?
Also, you
Right,
do
right,
have to
yeah.
wait for the CPU to finish, though.
Excellent.
I thought I had a hair tie, but evidently I don't.
I'm gonna. Let me look
So
at the
there's a
other
few
games.
different. There's a few different. This one you're jumping.
Different hair tie.
I mean, this is mostly what you're doing. Is you're running. There's hurdles, and then there's long jump.
Okay.
I'm not into it. but
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think it looks bad, but
Yeah, it's okay, but
it's novel.
yeah, interesting, but not. I'm gonna say a 5.
I was thinking 5 too.
Yeah, same person.
All right. For this
I
next
see.
one, Melanie is gonna remember this like a war flashback.
Oh no!
Try to let DB have a pure experience of
Okay,
figuring
what?
out
How
what the
about-
gameplay is.
Okay. Okay.
I remember this. I have played this.
You played this?
I have played this.
Okay, well I don't remember it yet. Let me.
I have played this. I remember this.
Oh no.
Yep.
The AI is doing a connect the dots, and you have to buzz when you know what it is.
So I don't like have a clear memory of it in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
But like I'm hearing the music and it's like something's happening in my brain.
Yeah, who do you think made this?
It said rare on the title screen.
Sure did.
Is this in the top 5 rare games, Seren?
No. Nor is it in the bottom 5. The bottom 5 is I know what's in the top 5. I have no idea what's in the bottom 5. There's so many bad rare games. Almost everything they put could be argued to be in the bottom 5.
How the fuck is that a cake? Okay.
It also says food at the top.
I thought it was cheese.
It said 4 letters.
So it's Digital Pictionary.
Nope.
Do I not know the rules of Pictionary?
Nope.
Rare made a Pictionary game for the NES. It is not this.
Maybe I don't know what Pictionary is.
I would probably give this 3.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think I feel like I want to like the idea, but like the process.
23133.
Yeah.
Never even heard of this one.
Is the video playing?
Video?
Yes, the video's fine.
Okay.
This is a Mario Party minigame.
That'll be $80, please.
What the fuck do you mean? This is 80 United States dollars at the time.
Inflation.
Okay.
Is this like a
Belly bump ball?
Is this like a minigame collection or is this it?
Belly bump ball.
Belly bump ball.
Belly bump ball.
Belly bump ball.
Hang on, we're almost done with this section. Watercross. DB was just looking in horror, trying to process this.
I sure am.
The music is
Why are you why is the player a crab?
The music is driving me up a wall.
The music is driving me insane too.
Wall jump.
2.
Chicken jockey.
Shut the fuck up. I can't take any more of this. I'm just giving it a 2.
Player 1 is done. Player 2 has to finish. Hang on. We gotta see what's next. That's it. That's the entire game. That's all that you do.
2. Hard.
Very
2.
generous.
1.
Yeah, that sure is a lot. The scores are now 1-1-2-2-1.
How does it feel knowing that you were tied for the highest score? Motherfucker, we're back in the game of once again!
We're back!
Hey.
How do you feel about 5 locations?
You think there's 5? 3 columns.
Shit.
This is just oil panic again.
It sure is.
But worse.
This is exactly oil panic.
But it's without minding like the people at the bottom though. So there's
no, but this
too.
But the place to the left is currently unable to be occupied, similar to oil panic.
Oh fuck! It is just oil panic.
Yeah, they made oil panic again. They reskinned it and put it out like 3 years later.
Oil Panic is at least one of the better Game & Watches. But... Oh, 3.
3.
3-3-1-3-3.
I won off the
Hey,
Game & Watch's wild ride.
Oh no.
Oh,
we can fit so many
these
locations on this one.
I can't even call these jump physics.
No, it's just racist.
Is that supposed to be jumping?
Yes.
Yes.
Somehow.
Oh my god. Racist and allegedly jumping? This is an easy one.
Yeah, I agree with the 1.
22111. All right, we are now back to 1989. We are running through this.
Cool.
This is what happens when you're not also focusing on a video game and pausing every 3 games to read out a 90-minute long cutscene.
Okay, to the earth.
NES games are also much simpler.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this is
This
a
is a
light gun game?
Yeah, but they
Okay.
move fast. That's the difference between the other light gun games, is this time they move fast.
I see.
I mean, it's different theming, but like we're just talking pure what do you do in gameplay? It's a light gun
this is
shooter.
just... This is that clay pigeon shooting game from Duck Hunt.
I mean, there's not...
Yeah, but a little faster.
In terms of, like, pure gameplay mechanics, there's really nothing you can do with a light gun game that's actually interesting, so it's like the theming is everything. And it's like...
I like the theming, yeah.
The theming's good, but also it's
You are going to Uranus.
You play it for, like, 3 seconds and you see the entire game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4.
I'm gonna say 4. Yeah.
33544.
I mean, it's fucking Tetris.
Is it?
Wait, is there more to this?
This is not the first version of Tetris on the system.
Really?
Atari, under the name Tengen, put out an unlicensed version. There's a whole... If you do not know the actual story of Tetris, it's wild, and we'll go over it some other time. But
I vaguely remember it.
I gotta show you the movie. It's actually good.
Yeah.
The movie's not good. You should watch You should go through Tetris Forever.
I love the movie. It's deeply, deeply dramatized, but it's fun. I like it.
Yeah. But, like, it's Tetris.
Okay, DB.
Yes?
If you're watching a movie about how the rights for Tetris were acquired in the United States, what song would you play for the epic car chase down the streets of Kyoto?
What?
No, it was not in Kyoto. That was in Russia.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, in Moscow.
I
What
don't
would
know.
you pick as the epic song? Would you pick "I Need a Hero"?
What?
Yeah, it's so good. No, it is a Russian cover of "Holding Out for a Hero." I'm pulling. Obviously, the stream can't hear this, but it's like I'm pulling this up on Spotify. Here.
Not right now.
Okay.
No, later. Anyways, it's very funny.
I love that movie.
You should. Before that, you should learn the real story somewhere else first.
Yes, in fairness, I did do that.
And Tetris Forever is the best place to do that.
Mm-hmm. I recall I showed that movie to my friends, and I told them that the story is not as made up in the movie as you would think.
Anyways, yes, this is Nintendo's NES version of Tetris.
So I'm not familiar with this version extensively. Is it fucked up in any way?
Not at all.
It's just Tetris.
It doesn't
This is the version used for competitive play in 2025.
Obviously it doesn't get the first Tetris bonus. But I'll go like
it's
8.
I agree with an 8. Yeah.
8, 8, 10, 8, 8.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, no multiplayer, that's fine.
It's fucked up when you get past like the intended death screen. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Every time we get to this fucking one. Here. This probably won't have dialogue over it. This is Short Order / Explode, which are both on the same cartridge.
Gotcha.
This is a power pad game, to be clear.
Okay.
I'm not certain I understand what the gameplay is.
You're fine. Imagine that you're renting this.
I still wouldn't understand what the gameplay is.
You don't get a manual.
Am I the wolves?
So this is short order. Let me go to explode.
This is a drastically different. Wait, why is? Are you sure this one's not short order and the other one is explode?
I think this one's short order and the other one's explode.
Okay. I at least understand what this one is. It's not
Yes.
good, but I understand it.
No.
Yeah.
You're jumping really fast.
One.
Probably. Did you say 1?
Yes.
Okay.
3.
2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Get ready for another Power Pad game.
Cool.
This one, Chef's Kiss. I love it when games try to do voice acting on the NES, which cannot handle it. It's so fucked up. Here we go. Let's do it again.
Burger Game for Americans. Okay, Vicky.
Yeah, sure, we're proud of that sound clip.
So instead of a Jazzercise video, what about a Jazzercise NES sprite that your kids are less likely to be horny for?
Says you.
Watch the way I move. You're allowed 10 mistakes, and then she sends you to hell.
If you die in
why you've never heard of
Dance
this
to the
game.
NES, you die in real life.
That's why you've never heard of this game, because everyone who's played it is dead.
This is, I guess, a 2.
Generous. I'm giving it a 1.
55112.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
What was wrong with free estrogen? Actually, wait. I know what was wrong. Testosterone.
What was wrong with Joe?
Testosterone.
It's fair.
All right. You were both like awooga.
What?
You heard me.
I did.
Goddamn.
Alright, this is another rare game. This is also the top 5 rare games ever.
Oh, didn't I like pull this one up during the stream and to play it?
You did? You said, this looks really cool, let me try it. You were like, this seems like a 7, and then you played it, and you said, holy shit, this floor's at a 9.
Yeah.
So...
This does look pretty sick.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. This fucking rules. Yeah, this is a 9. This is a 9.
9. 9.
Yeah, no, this game fucking rules.
It's a 9, for sure. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, ever heard of Nihon Falcom?
I have
Makers
not.
of the hit East and Trail series?
Oh, this is them?
Oh.
Yes. This is Faxanadu. There's so much dialogue in this NES game. This is a full-ass action RPG. Support from a PC game.
Oh my god, there's so much fucking dialogue in
There's
this.
so much dialogue.
Yes, it's a whole world.
It sure
Let me
is.
jump much further in.
It doesn't look bad.
You get a lot of game for your game in this money.
Holy
Or
shit.
a lot of game for your money in this game.
Could this be a 10?
Yes, it can.
I think this is a 10.
Yeah, I think I agree with the 10. This is pretty good.
6, 5, 8, 10, 10. You were like, there's so much talking. I don't want to see talking. And then the next game,
if I knew how to
in this fucking world, I like this.
If I knew how to read, I'd be very upset.
And then there was a punchline, which is the next game is Dragon
Oh
Warrior.
no! Oh fuck!
And you gave it a 10.
I mean, yes, it's a 10, obviously. It's motherfucking Dragon Quest.
It sure is.
Fucking invented the
Also-
modern JRPG.
Also, it was free.
Shit, you're right.
They mailed this game to millions of NES owners who were subscribed to Nintendo Power. If you had any subscription to Nintendo Power, you got a free copy of this as part of, because NOA bought you a copy from Enix in an attempt to make this franchise as big here as it was in Japan, and it didn't work.
I mean, it's Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it's motherfucking Dragon
It's
Quest.
motherfucking Dragon
All right.
Quest.
We're back.
I didn't even rate it, but I was 9.
You did rate it. You gave it a 10.
No, I rated the previous game a 10.
No, you rated Dragon Warrior a 10. You did this like 2 minutes ago.
I literally did not.
Well, what score do you want to go with?
I guess the imaginary me was right. I will give it a 10.
The imaginary you. Alright, we're on the Game & Watch now.
We
Okay.
sure are.
I'm gonna tell you this. Make of this information what you will. This is the best of the Game & Watch games.
Not
This is
saying
the most-
much.
This is the most
That's
like
a
a
low
real
bar.
video game. Also, this is 1989. Also, the next game is a Game Boy game because this is the same year.
Yeah, this is an actual ass video game.
It feels deeply generous of me to say this, but I'll go with 5.
I'm gonna say 4.
65145. Alex was so furious at the concept of a 1989 Game & Watch game that it did not matter if the game was of good high quality or not.
Yeah, that's kind of
Alright.
why I said I was being deeply generous.
This is where all the fun begins. We are on to the motherfucking Game Boy. So,
Hell yeah.
I want to be very clear because I know I'm not going to dox either of you, but I know your ages. So I'm going to, for DB's sake, I'm going to make sure you understand a really key fact about this system.
Sure.
The Game Boy had 2 separate life cycles. The first life cycle was 1989 to 1995.
Okay.
By 1995, it was a fucking dying ass system, and they were about to launch a replacement. And then a little series called Pocket Monsters came out, and they said, "Fuck a new system, we're milking this shit forever." And the Game Boy went for like another 4 years. So, this is the first life cycle.
Okay.
Game Boy is a huge evolution in so much as you do not
I mean, the games have more than 4 locations for starters.
Yes, you do not need to get a whole new system every time. Therefore, games can be cheaper. However, at the early days, people's reference for what you would want to do on handheld was there are 4 locations. So the Game Boy is a very weird system early on because you will get games that are real video games and you will get games that are not real video games, and many times they will launch on the same day. Okay, I just needed to make sure you had all that context before seeing your first Game Boy game on this stream. Alleyway.
Okay.
It's fucking Breakout.
It's fucking Breakout. Okay.
It's the launch title for this new system.
Breakout number 2.
Breakout number 2, y'all. Yeah, but Mario was there.
Oh yeah, there he is. It's fucking Mario. It sure
Melanie,
is
do you want to
Breakout.
know what non-defeated you, who didn't know it was coming, gave this?
What?
You gave it a 6 because you didn't know how much Breakout there's going to be in your future. You thought this was Nintendo gets one version. You get one Breakout that is on a real video game system.
Well, you know what I'm thinking right now also that I wasn't thinking then? Breakout fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'll be very generous and give this a 4.
4. Yeah.
64444.
God, testosterone, Melanie, what the fuck were you doing? Oh, that's a baseball.
Oh, that's a baseball.
Okay, careful. Okay.
You gotta make sure you get the right
This is
one.
the other thing. I want to be very clear. There's going to be a lot of videos, DB, that, like the last one, that are monochromatic because of how emulation works, because the actual code base is only telling the Game Boy system whether to display black or not to render.
Right.
However, this color scheme right here is what it actually looked like. It is puke green and slightly darker green.
Yeah, I am aware of that.
Which is why Donkey Kong Land 3 is a motherfucking trip. This looks like a worse baseball than NES baseball.
Yeah.
Yes, this is probably not a 10.
I would say a 6. Yeah, it's definitely not as good as the NES one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6, yeah.
72666.
What was Joe's problem?
Testosterone.
Oh, here we motherfucking go.
This is a... Speaking of games like Super Mario Bros. 2, this is a 30-minute long game.
Yeah, like, I remember this game being super fucking...
So,
it's 4 worlds long!
Yes, but this is the first time a Mario... This is the only Mario video game... Oh, it's not the only one. That, like, had to really worry about your battery. Like, this game had to be played in one sitting, and that one sitting had a time limit.
Yes, the time limit was like 2 hours. It didn't need to be 30 minutes long.
I like Super Mario Land.
I know, but you can say that. That's totally fine to say that you like the game. But coming out here and saying it's because the short length is justifiable because it's using up 25% of the battery life? Super Mario Wonder eats up about 2,000% of the battery life of the Switch. Like, let's not go there. Also, the reason this is short is because this game was developed from the ground up to be a free pack-in. And then they did not make it a free pack-in because they secured the rights to Tetris. Which is an infinitely better pack-in.
Yeah. So, I think Super Mario Land is pretty good. Definitely too short for my liking. It's not perfect, but it's good.
A little racist.
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
I've shown you the clip of Joe getting to the third world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Joe played this, he gets to the third world, and it plays like the opening sting for the music, which I'm not gonna repeat. And
I mean, I can just go to it.
Sure thing. Let's do that.
Oh yeah, the underwater section, which sucks.
Yes.
Right.
I don't think this is the world. It's the one
The
after.
fourth world, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wrong.
World 3...
No, I think it was World 4. I was wrong.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
Yep.
Immediately pauses. And he just says slowly, I thought Ben was joking when he said there was a world that was just China. He was not.
Nope. Anyways, yes, so...
I think it's a 7.
I also think 7.
Yeah.
10, 10, 8, 7, 7.
I sure did say 10, didn't I?
You sure did.
So did Joe.
So,
This is
okay.
after you both recognized this was
Yeah,
racist,
yeah.
and I reminded you that it was racist, and then you both said 10.
So, at the time...
Yeah, give me your defense for why racism is.
Yeah, why is racism a 10, Melanie?
So, at the time, I'm confident that my thought process was that I remembered how I felt during my Smash Pieces playthrough. And you can see that for every Smash Pieces game. Every Smash Pieces game is just a rating of the exact playthrough I did for Smash Pieces.
Yeah, it's not a ranking of the game, it's a ranking of actually having played it in a modern day, which is completely separate from all of your other rubrics.
Yeah.
Alright, here's tennis. Hang on, I just like title screens that say music, yes.
Music, yes!
Not on, yes. Oh yeah, fuck you. I love
This
it when
has
a tennis
Wii
game,
Tennis energy.
both players are right up at the net, just going ba 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 ba.
Yeah, this is Wii Tennis energy.
This looks pretty good for Game Boy Tennis.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a solid ass port of tennis.
I'm
It has
gonna
it has
say-
2-player. It has all the features you need.
It's tennis.
I'm gonna say 9.
I think I agree with the 9. Yeah.
75999.
What was Joe's problem?
Disaster.
He doesn't like old video games.
Also that. See, I like old video games.
9.
9.
8, 10, 10, 9, 9. Your logic was it can't be higher than an 8 if it doesn't have hold.
I did say that.
Neither did the NES version.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, she gave that an 8 also.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's very consistent. She was very consistent in her very infuriatingly bad opinions. All right.
Am I better
You're
now?
going to.
No.
Do you want the actual answer to that?
Oh,
Do you want the answer?
Fine, sure.
In some ways you're better, in some ways you're worse because you're better in other ways. So it makes the ones where you're not better feel so much worse.
What that tells me is, yes, I'm better.
10. I fucking love this game.
Oh, you mean the best game on the platform? Yeah.
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 It's Super Mario fucking Brothers
Yeah,
3.
it's a 10.
Easy 10.
Yeah.
Easiest
All right.
fucking 10 so far.
Get ready for Melanie's next easy 10. Oh,
Dr. Mario 3.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Dr. Mario. There has never been a good Dr. Mario.
I was never a big fan of Dr. Mario either.
Oh, I would not phrase it that way. I would phrase it as Dr. Mario fucking sucks. 3.
5.
4, 5, 4, 5, 3.
Dr. Mario World had promise? Yes, by being a different video game.
By being a completely different video game.
So is this
Alright.
just another light gun game?
You're goddamn right it is.
But what if it was...
I love me a long play that's 5 minutes long.
Wait, how long is that? Seriously? Oh my god.
Yeah, there's not much to show.
Sure
different modes.
isn't. And this was published in 1990.
This is... I want to be very clear for you. So the way that these games are organized in my... I'm sorry, does Vicky say that Barker Bill's trick shooting is an 8?
No, I think
or that
that's
Dr.
Talking
Mario
about
is an
Dr.
8?
Mario. Talking about
Okay.
Dr. Mario.
I was gonna say, if anyone in chat is trying to give Barker Bill's trick shooting an 8, meet me in the fucking pit. Okay.
We meet the Blackpool after school.
Fight me in the church parking lot.
You walked into rankings, GX. Congratulations. So
Yeah, congrats. I'm ranking video games, this time while sober.
Yes. So 1990, or in my spreadsheet, we're in the year of 1990. I have all the NES games grouped. I have all the Game Boy games grouped. I grouped them by platform.
Right.
Within the platform, it's release date order, which means the release date order in the calendar year of 1990 goes Super Mario Bros. 3, Dr. Mario, Barker Pits. Every NES game this year is coming out on the NES after Super Mario.
Two. And that's being generous.
You're right. That is being generous. 1.
3, 2, 5, 2, 1. All right. Our next game, I'm not going to show footage because we don't need to. Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream.
Fuck.
Which is a re-release of the last game, which came out 3 years ago. You both ranked it as 7. This time we have removed Mike Tyson.
And it's the exact same video game.
It's the exact same video game. 7.
Minus a criminal.
Yeah, it's 7.
7.
Great. So do you remember 10-Yard Fight, DB?
I sure do. Is this just the same game?
No. I would never show you the same game twice. This was a different terrible.
Oh my god, this is worse! Ugh.
1!
Yeah, this looks disgusting.
1!
There's a reason that Tecmo Bowl is beloved on this system, and the reason is because it had a reasonable perspective.
What would, like, at least with the last one, I understand what they were going for. I know why they made the choice that they did.
Here, what the fuck are they cooking?
I look at this. No, they're microwaving.
They're not even microwaving.
Yeah.
The microwave is fucking exploded by now.
GX, can you do me a big favor? Can you go to Spriter's Resource and find me this dude from This is a good emote right
New
here.
Twitch emote, yeah.
Please and thank you.
The new emote, and the name of the emote is gonna be all caps isometric.
Okay. So, the next one. We've seen pinball with no physics. That's just an original bad table. Now, what about...
What if it was horny?
What if it was horny?
What? This is based on a real horny table. And Rare ported it because of course they did.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
This is a real table.
Wait. Is that like actually physics? What?
It's much closer to approximating physics. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Of all the
This is the
definitely does a better job at pretending to be physics than other
Yes.
pinball games we've seen so far.
Yes, this is the best pinball you have seen to date.
And it's the horny one?
Yes.
Yes.
I have no choice but to give it a 6.
Yeah, I'll say a 6.
78766. This is Super Strike V-Ball. Sorry, you should check GX's post in the channel.
There are two
I did it. And only
We didn't bother to rip the player, so we needed the rip.
You're so right. The rip is the one that you need to rip.
They understand.
They understand. They get it.
Choice.
All right, this is Super Spike V-Ball. DOS, 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 DOS.
It actually looks pretty okay.
Yes, this is decent.
Yes.
Yeah, this is alright.
Yeah, this is actually pretty okay.
I'm gonna say 7.
I agree with the 7, yeah.
You know how I know that?
I got Bibby and Jimmy in this, hell yeah.
77777.
The first unified score the whole time.
It's all unanimous.
Oh, fuck.
So-
Dungeons and Dragons, the video game.
I love it when a long play is part 1 out of 4, 2 hours long. You get so much game for your game in this. This is fully in conversation with Dragon Warrior, which has already had multiple entries at this point.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's like, fuck yeah, we gotta bring this out too.
So, what I'm thinking right now in my head is how this is an unlicensed Dungeons and Dragons game. To the point that it has Dungeons and Dragons monsters in it and spell slots. And I'm trying to decide, does that mean I lower the score or raise the score? The audacity!
Well, it removed the racism from Dungeons and Dragons.
That's true.
True.
Also, talk about like weirdly, like wildly ambitious for this system.
Oh yeah.
Here's a time travel narrative.
Yeah, I remember the New Frame Plus video talking about the animation of this, and like the limitations of the engine.
Vixie, go to bed!
Oh my god! And it's like, he says it took a whole circle of wizards to deliver this exposition because this just they couldn't advance dialogue boxes. Punching way above its weight. It's a 10. It's a 10.
Yeah. 10.
9, 10, 10, 10, 10. That would have been unanimous if not.
Fuck off, testosterone now.
Oh, I think it's option 2, GX. I think it's option 2.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with option 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's option 2.
Do you hear about video games?
Justin gives Final Fantasy a 6.
Yeah, it's no Ice Climber apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely not as good as Ice Climber.
It's a game where you have to think and strategize. Here's another rare game. This one's much less good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Snake, but isometric on a D-pad for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, it's a platformer. Because we have scope creep. Also, you're eating a human foot.
What the fuck?
Someone's barely disguised finish.
Not at all disguised, I think.
I wouldn't even say not disguised.
Yeah.
This is just... 2?
I wouldn't say 2, but the ceiling's a 5.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely better than 90% of Game & Watch games.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say a 3.
Definitely ceilings at a 5. I think we can go with 5.
Okay. By the way, wild split on this one. 64935.
9?
Yeah, you don't have to draw a map in this one.
That's true.
Alright, this next one, we're gonna be, I'm gonna fast forward around a lot pretty quick.
Okay.
This one's racist as hell.
Oh no.
Oh no.
A lot of people want this game back, and they are so wrong for it. Hi, Vixie.
Oh, hi, Vixie.
Vixie is trying to crypt it in the corner. I don't think she's coming up on stream, but
She says she's not here.
She's in bed.
Liar.
Good night, Vixie.
Go to bed, Vixie. I
Alright.
love you. Go to bed.
I'm gonna try and skip over the racism. This one is hard to understand because it controls and jumps fucking weird. Oh, Star Tropics is wildly racist, yes. Let me show you a character that shows up in the first 2 minutes of the game. You know.
Okay, yeah.
And it escalates from there.
Okay.
Star Tropics is racist as shit.
And Justin gives racism an 8.
Apparently. Again, a lot of people want this one back, but they are objectively wrong. What you want is another game that makes you feel like this.
Okay,
You
so
do not want Star Tropics back.
So let's say they did make this game without the racism. Is it good?
If it's without the racism, I would give it a 6, personally.
Yeah,
because I think
the
that it's like-
racism, I would agree. Maybe a
It's-
6
it's
or
just
7.
very-
With the racism, 4.
It's very ambitious and very jank.
I'm gonna go 4.
4, yeah.
44244.
I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. And
Okay.
also to make sure Vixie actually went to bed.
Okay, have fun.
I'll put this on in the meantime. Here's a very slow soccer game.
Oh god, yes. I'm gonna real quick grab a soda. I'll probably be back before she does.
Yeah, you're good.
Suki. Okay, I'm back, and real quick, let's everyone take a look at the Suki cam. There's Suki!
Oh my gosh, GX, thank you. GX is just doing the channel's work for us. Look at that last post.
Oh my god, yes, that's incredible.
I'm so happy.
Can you have
with that.
animated emotes on Twitch?
No. Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Suki, she likes standing on top of my chair.
I don't think you can do them as follower emotes, though.
Probably not. Suki's on the move.
Anyways, Kunio-kun. Except people don't remember what River City Ransom is, so we're calling it Nintendo World Cup. Yeah, they should have the slots.
It looks like an okay soccer game, I guess.
It's just slow and it's very late on the system.
Yeah. It looks fine. I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, as a preemptive measure, I need to call it once we finish 1990, which is like 5 more games after this.
Okay.
I have returned. Hi,
Charlie wants to start winding down for bed.
Your headset mic is on.
Oops. Now it's not.
Yes.
Yeah, just Charlie wants to start winding down for bed at about 11 my time, midnight yours. So.
Okay.
Alright, DB, this is Nintendo World Cup. It is a pretty slow soccer game using the River City Ransom Kunio-kun characters, and it's very late in the NES's life cycle. I like how expressive it is, but like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I like the expressiveness too, but it's still very slow. 5.
44656.
I think I drifted to the right, so like you're further from the mic now.
Yeah, for how late this is, it shouldn't be handling like this. Yeah. Here is Golf for the Game Boy. Stroke play.
Stroke play?
Yeah, that's a golf term. That's not like a dirty thing.
Okay.
It can be both.
Okay, I believe you.
It looks like pretty much the same game.
Yeah.
It's very smartly adapted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's
gonna be
pretty
honest,
good.
with the slow nature of this, and like, this feels like really good for portable play.
Yeah. Let's see, I gave NES Golf a 7, right?
Ooh, this player's really good. You gave NES Golf a 7, and Melanie gave it a 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this one's an 8.
I'm gonna stick with a 7.
Okay. 7, 7, 6, 7, 8. Well, if you like audio.
Yeah, that's audio.
Fuck.
This is the gameplay.
So, like, what is happening here? Is this
So you're drawing a line.
Etch-a-Sketch the video game?
Yeah. You're trying to trap the waves inside a box.
That player made it way harder than it needed to be. Excuse me?
They're not especially good.
Guys doing?
How does this work? What?
You're trying to fill in as much as possible, and they're doing a really bad job.
I notice. What does that one pixel accomplish?
I don't think they know how this game works. This is a port of an arcade game. As ports go, this is relatively faithful because this game is not complicated in any way. So you're trying to trap it in as small a box as possible, basically.
Gotcha. I would give this like no, that's too generous.
The audio. Don't you want to plug in your headphones for this?
As a chiptune musician, this brings me physical pain. 4.
I was about to say I'm between a 4 and a 5. 4.
Okay, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4. Hey, you know what my favorite part about Dr. Mario is?
What's your favorite part, sir?
Not having colors?
Yeah, not having colors.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
1.
1, 1, 1.
1, 1.
Absolute
1,
mistake of a
1,
video game.
1,
Complete
1,
mistake of a
1,
video game.
1, 1.
2, 3, 1, 1, 1.
What the fuck was wrong with Pre-Esther Mel?
Joe gave it a 3. That's not the, like...
Fucking...
Pre-Esther Mel is not the one to be confused at.
Okay, that is true. What the fuck, Joe?
Yeah, it has colors black, white, and dithered.
Not the most exciting shmup, but a serviceable one.
Yeah, like, it's very run-of-the-mill.
I'm saying...
To be very clear, based on, like, based on what has been released for the Game Boy up to this point, if you like shmups, this is like an actual video game for once.
Yeah.
I'll go 7.
I'm gonna say 7, yeah.
7, 8, 3, 7, 7.
Alex, are you...
He doesn't like shmups.
I like shmups.
Neither do I, but I can engage in good faith.
Hey, do you like Joust? What if you couldn't see the whole screen? What if you could barely see anything?
Does it have the other mode at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still sucks.
3.
3, yeah. Same person.
1, 1, 4, 3, 3.
I think it's a 1, but it's definitely not good.
Definitely not good.
And then the last game of the night. Play Action Football, which was the NES isometric one on Game Boy. This time it's top down like this, like the other NES game was. Nintendo fundamentally refuses to publish a horizontal football game.
Did one exist?
Yes, it was called Tecmo
It was
Bowl, and it was in
Tecmo, yeah.
1986.
Right. Yeah. I respect their commitment to their values. Like,
Yeah.
they're clearly principled.
It's definitely
no
a
spreadsheets
better
for play
perspective
actual
than the
football
isometric one the NES forced on us.
Yeah, but there's no ref.
Yeah, there is no ref. That is true. And for that, I have to give it a 1.
I don't think it's a 1.
You should give it a real score.
Okay. You're right, I should give it a real score.
I think it's a 4.
I'm gonna say 5.
Great. Both of your averages for the year of 1990 are exactly the same, which is slightly below pre-Estromel, which is below Joe, and then Alex is way higher than any of y'all. He gave Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream a 10. That's what sets his averages way higher than everyone else. He also gave Snake Rattle and Roll a 9.
What testosterone does to a motherfucker.
So true.
All right. When we come back, we will be ranking one NES game and then the launch of the Super Nintendo.
Fuck yeah.
We are basically at the end of the NES life cycle. We've gotten through arcade, Game & Watch, and most of the NES in one stream. This is very good. This is a very good pace. This is the pace that most people that are not Greg, Melanie, and Joe exactly were able to maintain.
Yeah.
Oh, and Drunk DB.
Yeah, well, because me and Joe didn't know any of these games, and Greg has a lot to say about a lot of them.
What's this about Drunk DB?
You went slow as shit through these games.
Christ.
Sober, you went fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sober me can actually, like, think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took you longer than this to get fewer than half the games ranked. Justin, you say Alex is probably right. Alex gave The Legend of Zelda a 3 out of 10.
Because he doesn't like maps. Or doesn't like drawing maps, rather.
Yes, Greg's run was very fun. It's hard for me to pick a favorite, but I think just based on the sheer amount of time I spent with Greg on that run, like, that has cemented as, like, one of the canonical runs in my mind, just because it took, like, almost an entire year to get, like, of consistent streams.
Yeah.
Like, DB, there's almost 30 hours of content involved in that ranking. And
I am willing to dedicate that 30 hours.
It's so fun. No, everyone else is just, like, so much shorter.
Yeah, like Greg is, like, a really smart guy who, like, was he was there at the time for all these games, not just, like, you know, the PAL releases that were, you know, because he's European, but also, like, he was importing Japanese releases too, and so he had so much to say. He was so plugged into it at the time.
Yes. So, like, he stops with the I don't know these games at, like, 87, with the exception of the Game & Watch and some of the most obscure, weird-ass picks. And then a lot of the time it's, wait, I'm sorry, why did Nintendo... Because he ranked a different list. He ranked Nintendo of Europe releases. So a lot of this was like, why did Nintendo of Europe publish this game? And I'm like, fuck if I know why they published that game, but they did. One of my favorite examples was, like, let me find. I'm pulling up his rankings, because if I go back to the 90s, I'm sure I'll see one that, like, was just baffled us both, because it baffled me when ranking the list, and then I got to go through it again with him, and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna read you the European 1990 for your reference, because Game Boy came later, which also means that the 1989 Game Boy games are here, but also a bunch of weird-ass shit that no one else got from Nintendo. So for 1990 in Europe were NES Tetris, Zelda 2, To the Earth, Punch-Out Mr. Dream, Cobra Triangle, Fact Xanadu. Then the rest are Game Boy. Golf, Solar Striker, Kicks, Alleyway, Baseball, Tetris, Tennis, Boulder Dash, Double Dragon, King of the Zoo, Quirk, Mercenary Force, Othello, The Amazing Spider-Man, Wizards and Warriors X, The Fortress of Fear, and Super Mario Land. That was their launch.
Nintendo published The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, you mean the one that like ceilings at a 2 and floors at a 0? Yes. In 1989, Nintendo published 3 games in Europe. Total.
Okay.
Super Mario Bros. USA, Anticipation, Zelda Game & Watch.
What a fucking year.
It is so funny. Like all of these were so funny. 1993, they published Mario Brothers on the NES, like the arcade one, but not that NES version. They published a report that made the physics more faithful that no one else in the world got. God. They published a lot of weird rare shit. Like most of the Battletoads stuff. I'm just scrolling through some of these. They published a game called Lucal for the Game Boy.
What the fuck is Lucal?
What the fuck is Lucal?
Never heard of it before or since. They published the original Lufia, the RPG.
I'm sure they did.
Like, some of these games are just truly bizarre, and then sometimes you're like, okay, Nintendo, sure, release this 7 years late.
Nintendo of Europe was a little fucked up like that.
Yeah.
Nintendo of Europe didn't exist and publish NES games until like 88, 89. Anyways, this is The Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't know about amazing. I guess amazingly bad.
Hang on. We gotta get beyond running side to side. There it is! Web 3. The original NFT.
Oh my god.
By the way, this is a full playthrough.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. 20 entire United States minutes.
20 minutes.
No, European minutes.
Shit, you're right.
20 United Kingdom minutes.
Look at Punk Rock Mary Jane.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then heart. Welcome to Game Boy games, by the way. 20 minutes. Hey, we have dialogue.
Peter, I knew you'd
Same.
come. But you really need some nicer friends.
Game over. You are in the top 10. Enter your name.
Top 10 of who?
Top 10 players on this cartridge.
Yeah. I thought it was obvious, Melanie.
Alright, we should wrap it up.
Yes.
We should, yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother doing like ending screen shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
fun.
everyone.
I had fun. Cool.
Yep. Join us next time for Super Mario World.
Hell yeah.
And more Breakout.
And NES games.
Yeah, and more Breakout.
And probably a Game & Watch
Yeah, I
game
was
or
gonna
two?
say probably at least one more.
Yeah, no, I saw the number in that playlist. We've got one more.
At least.
At least.
At least.
You should be terrified.
They will be making Game & Watches until you're dead. My local store still has Game & Watch Zeldas.
Holy shit.
The anniversary one from like 3 years ago.
Ball was here before I was born, and it will be here long after I am gone.
Damn right. Your body will be decomposed into microbes, and then they will release Ball again.
I'm built different.
Good night, everyone.
Night.